Kate, I got news for you and the whole heads. Remember last week I was talking about The Mexican, the Brad Pitt, Julia Roberts movie?
Yep.
And if you remember, I said, it's all right.
It's okay.
I rewatched it to find a clip to play for that pod app. And I just need to make it very clear to anyone who listens that I don't think that movie's all right. I think it's a piece of shit and I hate it. Okay? Okay. I've been saying it's all right, I think, for 22 years since I saw it in theaters. I hate this movie. Brad and Julia aren't together for the majority of it. Okay? They've got their own movies going on. And this is a spoiler, okay? But the only person that you care about is the gay hitman played by James Gandolfini. Brad Pitt kills him with 30 minutes to go in the movie. And it's like, what? He's the only person who had any soul. Like, everybody else was just a cliche of a rom-com comedy. Anyway, I don't want anybody to think I like that movie. Okay.
You heard it here, folks. Kurt Money does not like The Mexican.
Nope.
And it's a piece of shit.
Exactly. All right, hit the theme.
Attention shoppers, we've got to clean up on Aisle H.
What the other wolves think?
A true crime cleanup on Aisle H.
Diabolical.
Starting now.
Oh, he's telling you that she's bats.
Howdy, wholeheads. Kurt Money here, alongside my co-host,
Kateline.
and we are here to discuss a new show, a show that we've never talked about before, A Plan to Kill. Before we talk specific ep, were you familiar with A Plan to Kill, Kateline?
I wasn't by name, but when I went into the app and looked it up,
Oh no, what?
I had seen the first 2 episodes.
Okay. Yeah, classic.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, this is new. Oh, wait a minute. That progress bar says I've watched it before.
But I don't remember stopping it because I didn't like it. I think I just got distracted with other things because it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely fine, and it's like the premise is thin AF, right? I mean, I think that might be why you lost track of it, because it's just a crime show.
Yeah.
I guess the premise is that these are all premeditated murders, I suppose.
Sure.
But there's nothing really super special about it, but I liked this one. We're talking about the season 1, episode 10, called Killer Friendship. So I'm going to read the plot description and then I'll get your thoughts.
Okay.
A father in Orange County, California, discovers the brutally slain body of a young woman in his son's apartment and calls the police, desperate to find his son and some answers. The resulting investigation uncovers a plot no one expects. Kateline, what did you think of this episode?
I certainly didn't expect this plot.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Because it seems so random and stupid. This whole murder.
Absolutely. Now, this shocks me.
Not that murder is never
Smart.
stupid, but
Right.
yeah, it's not good to murder. But this was just like so senseless.
Yeah, and like once we reveal, because this is definitely, especially because you weren't onto it, we'll wait to reveal this as long as we can, but I have a number of alternative options for the guilty party of things they could have done instead of what they did for what they wanted.
Yes.
I mean, the other possible things they could do are infinite.
Like get a job.
Yeah, number 1.
There's an idea.
Yeah. Would it shock you? I thought for sure you're going to come at me with the fact that this is a Dateline.
Is that how it seemed?
They tell it from a different perspective, and I'll save those details.
Yeah.
But it's a J-Mank from season 24, which was 2016. And you'll know it. Here's how I knew I was familiar with this case, is because the guy in the thumbnail was familiar. So let's kick that down the road. But it was absolutely a Dateline.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so our story begins May 21st, 2010 in Costa Mesa, California. Or Orange County. I guess all the same. Long Beach, Orange County, Costa Mesa. What do you think? Do we need to pick one?
Is Long Beach in Orange County? Isn't that in Los Angeles County?
Sure. Why do you know that, Kate?
I love cartography.
Of course you do. You're a map head, is what I call you sometimes.
A map head.
Yeah. Well, I do know it's Costa Mesa, so I suppose we'll stick with that. But Steve Herr is expecting his son, Sam, to come spend the weekend with him and his mom. So this is a Friday. They don't hear from him. By Saturday night, Dad is worried. Goes over to Sam's apartment because he's got a key. What's he find in the apartment? What's the state of affairs in there, Kate?
Well, the apartment itself, he describes it as being spotless. And he can't really tell if anything's amiss at first.
Right.
Until he goes into his son's bedroom.
Yeah.
And there he finds a dead woman. No sign of his son.
Yeah.
But a woman kind of hanging off the side of the bed. Her knees touching the floor, but her head and her arms are touching the bed. And he can tell that she's dead because she's like gray.
When I touched her, she was cold.
And you know what? We see a few pics of it, and I'm going to shock you here, Kate. I don't know if I'm going to go as far to say that we saw too much. They showed their pictures of it too many times with too little blur. How do you feel about that?
You mean you were shocked?
Not shocked. I just felt it was in poor taste.
Oh.
Now, look, it's a fine line to walk here, especially like because I'm always like, show me more, show me more. There were just pictures where her butt wasn't all the way blurred. And like, I don't know. There were just a few shots where it's like, guys, we got it. I don't know.
Right.
Do
And
you agree with that or no?
maybe so. And she had this hoodie on and there was some writing on it.
Yeah. Yeah. What did it say?
I'm paraphrasing, but did it say she's all yours?
Yeah. According to this show, it said,
Written on the back of her sweatshirt was F you, she's all yours.
now look, go to the IG for a still of this. I couldn't see that message in there.
No.
No matter what way I looked at it.
Same.
Right?
That's too many words.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So then when I watched the Dateline, they said it said, all yours, F you.
Someone had written on her sweatshirt the words, all yours, F you.
That makes sense. They also rotated it.
Yes.
And I wanted to be like, a plan to kill. Guys, you're slipping here. Like, I mean, because it didn't say what they said it said.
That makes more sense. But his dad also said that it said that.
Yeah,
so
that's
he
true.
was able to read that on her when he walked in. But I don't know. I have a feeling maybe the producers of the show prompted him with what it said and then he said it back, even though that's not what it said.
Yeah. There's something else the producers prompted with the crime scene that I'll get to in a sec. But first, what are your thoughts on the dad, Steve Herr? He is a main talking head in this episode. I thought he was a good dude.
I liked him, yeah.
Yeah. He works out.
He
What do you think?
keeps it tight.
He keeps it tight. He keeps it
Yeah,
tight.
I mean, he's hot. We're just going to say it? He's hot.
He's a good looking guy. He's absolutely a good looking guy. And it's like his body wants to be like, dude, but you're old. And he was like, no, I've been working out my whole life. Sorry, buddy. It's going to be tight. So, you can try. But yeah, he was a good looking dude. And I was feeling for him here because his first thought is, where's my son, Sam? And like, he's going, my son didn't do this. My son didn't do
And
this.
he also doesn't know who this woman is. He's not sure
Right.
what to make of it. He can't see her face, really, and he's not going to
Yeah.
turn her over and touch anything. So he's like, where's my son? Who is this? What happened?
Yeah, and we haven't heard a 911 call in a while. We hear one here. Mm-hmm. There's a dead body in my son's apartment. What'd you think of this 911?
I remember it annoyed me because the 911 operator made him repeat himself.
Right.
And I'm
Yeah.
always thinking, he said it pretty clearly. Why, are you not paying attention?
Costa Mesa 911.
There's a body in my son's apartment.
There's a what?
A body, a dead body.
A dead body?
I'm forever obsessed with what the 911 ops job is because they've got a list of questions they have to ask in front of them. And I feel like it's different for every department. Like, I don't think this is a universal thing.
Yeah,
And I just wonder if it's like, do they say repeat so we can get the location or whatever?
right. And then she's like, where is your son? He's like, I don't know.
I don't know.
He's not here. I don't know.
I didn't know what was going on. I had no idea.
Do you know where your son is?
No, I don't.
So they head over, the cops show up, and they see severe head trauma. They can't really tell because of long black hair. This is the thing that I felt that they prompted in the talking heads because it's going to play later. But we're burying the lead here. One of the talking heads is true crime all-star Matt Murphy.
Matt Murphy.
Former DA of Orange County.
On the surface, it looks like Sam Herr was in the wind, on the run.
What are your thoughts on old Matt Murphy?
I mean, whenever Matt Murphy rolls up,
Yeah.
it has to be like 1 in every 10 true crime show. He's there.
Yeah.
He must have so much money for all of the cases that he has handled.
And for all the shows he's appeared on. Now, I have a theory between this. One, he's now retired. He's like a correspondent for ABC News. So, like, now he's raking it in. But if you remember, my source, Deej, says that law enforcement, I assume that includes the DA, if you're still working for the government, you're not allowed to accept payment for a talking head.
Right.
But if you're retired, that money comes in.
That money comes in. And he also has the career he has doing these talking heads because he's a handsome man.
He's handsome and he's got a good voice.
Yeah.
And he's not a tight ass. He's a loosey-goosey a little bit in ways that we like for a talking head, right?
Yes. However, I don't dislike him by any means.
Right.
But I'm not like a fan.
Same.
I'm so
Same.
mediocre on him.
It's more just like,
I'm like, yeah, he can hang,
yeah.
but I don't care.
It's not like we want to like stan him or something. It's
No.
not like a Jerry Buting, if you will.
No. And it's
Of
and
course.
it's not like a Murph dog.
Oh, certainly not. It's funny because he shows up in so many damn shows And he's memorable enough where I just feel like he's such a part of the genre. But you're right. It's just kind of like, yeah, we know this guy. He shows up a lot.
He's here a lot. There's also a lot of murder in Orange County.
Yeah. And I think here's my theory on that is that a ton of crime shows, not all of them, but a lot of them are produced in the LA area.
Mm-hmm. And he's an easy get.
He's an easy get. And Orange County's not LA, but it's damn near. And I just think that, like, that's why there's so many crimes they do that are in San Bernardino or Orange County or like Riverside or whatever, because it's all like within driving distance for the crew.
That's true.
And I feel like Matt Murphy's like, sure, I'm in LA. I'll be in Orange County, like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll go. So I think that has a lot to do with it. But I thought he was a welcome face for this app. I tried to Google what's he known for. It said his most well-known case was Rodney Alcala, the dating game killer guy.
Mm-hmm.
But that was in 2011. Was that for like a retrial or something? Because that dude got caught in the 70s.
That's a good question. Was it his parole or something? I don't know.
Maybe.
Or was he put on death row by Matt Murphy?
Maybe. And in 2011, it was still doable in California.
Mm-hmm.
It is not anymore. The other things they listed, I didn't recognize anybody. So I think it really is a quantity thing where he's just been featured so many damn times. He did all of them. Yeah. So as Matt Murphy tells it, Sam Herr is a friggin' suspect. I mean, that's what the cops were thinking straight away, right?
But his dad is telling them from the beginning, no, my son is not a suspect in this. He would not do this. Something happened to him, and he's in trouble too.
Yeah, and they find the ID on the dead body. It is Julie Kibuishi. And this was a 23-year-old student studying fashion design. And actually, the dad knew Julie. Mm-hmm. He had met her once because she was tutoring Sam in anthropology or something. And the dad says this, and so do the friends and family when they're asked. But the dad's like, they did not have a romantic relationship. This is not a lover's quarrel. This F you, all yours thing
Someone
makes no
else
sense,
wrote that as a message to Sam. That's what he's thinking.
Yeah, but he's also going, it doesn't make sense because he's not romantically interested in her.
Right. They were just friends. And it didn't matter how many times the friends and family told the police that. They were like still looking at it like that.
Yeah. And I you know what? I don't want to say I don't blame them in this case. I suppose, because that's what they always hear, right? Or like when somebody is suicidal, they say without fail, the parents will come in 100% and say, my son would never do this. Mm-hmm. And then it turns out they would. So I guess I kind of get their headspace. But even as Matt Murphy states in here, they were pretty convincing and they had multiple input from family members. They all said the same thing. They were just friends. Mm-hmm. They were just friends. But still, Sam's at the top of the list for suspects. The dad goes down to the station to talk to the cops, and he's giving them background on his son. And we hear about the tutoring thing. And the dad is quick to point out, okay, look, we're looking for my son. You might know about him. Why is that, Kate?
When he was in high school, he had a little dust up with the law, and it wasn't little. It was kind of a big deal. He was accused of setting up a murder.
Yeah.
Which it sounded like it was like a hazing gone very wrong. He had to lure someone to their death.
Well, I think it was a gang rival. It had something to do with gangs. I don't know if it was a gang rival, because how would he be able to convince him to come down? Like, was it a friend of his?
And also, what gangs in Orange County? Where are these gangs?
It essentially was a gang murder of a young man that Sam was with when he was attacked by a rival gang. And the theory was that Sam had set this young man up.
Now, 12 dudes were charged with this murder, and Sam was one of them. So he was charged with murder, but he was one of 6 people that were acquitted or they dropped charges.
Because he didn't actually participate in the beating.
Right. But he did lure him down there. So, I mean,
he was still a part of the plan, but his dad made a point of saying, yes, you know him. He did have kind of a rough start, but since then, he's completely turned his life around. He joined the military, and he did a tour in Afghanistan, and that really scared him straight, I think.
Yeah, he was in the military for like a year and a half, and we're seeing the kind of pics that endear you to someone in the military, because he's posing with like kids that live in Afghanistan, like Afghanistan kids are posing and being all nice with him. So I'm like, you seem like one of the good ones out there.
And his dad said he was in the hot zone. He saw fire. He saw action. So it wasn't like he just went over with a desk job. He was really there. but
Yeah.
only did one tour, I think.
Yeah, he got back in 2008, and it was 2010 when the murder happened. So he hadn't been back for long, but he was going back to school. I mean, he's getting tutored for classes. By all accounts, he does. It looks like he's turned his life around. But I'm sure you can agree at this point in this app, not knowing anything, Sam's looking more and more good for it, is he not?
He is. Because you also think, yeah, but the parents don't always know everything.
Yeah.
They think the best of their kids, but we don't know what Sam was really up to.
Yeah, and especially, like, I think even Matt Murphy says it, like, he did suffer from PTSD, they said. And it's like, okay, so this is like a troubled veteran who escaped a murder rap years earlier. I mean, I'm kind of with the cops at this point going, yeah, Sam's at the top of the list. Sorry, Pops.
Maybe Sam killed her and then went off and killed himself or something.
Yeah.
We don't know.
So we're talking to him, and even more so now, like, the dad is talking about how on the news, it's all like, we're looking for a murder suspect, Sam. And he's like, he sees his son all over the news.
In a negative way.
Yeah.
And he's convinced he's a victim too. So he's like, this isn't fair. He's already being seen as guilty before we've even found him.
Yeah. And the Dateline that was on this kind of went more into that, in that he did his own detective work because he was like, these cops think he did it. So he was kind of scoping out the banks and the pizza place that'll come up later. Julie's phone had been found there. Like, her purse and everything was there at the crime scene. So they've got her phone and they're finally in it. And we're seeing some texts. What's going on Friday? Like, what was the last we heard from Julie? It was like 4:30 p.m. on Friday, I think, was her last contact.
She got a text from Sam asking her to come over, but it specifically said, no sex, just talking.
Yeah.
And the response was, ew, Sam. We're like bro and sis. Of course, no sex.
And her response proved what Sam's dad and all of his friends had said.
Yeah, and hearing Matt Murphy read that text out loud was funny because it was like, ew, Sam, no, we're like bro and sis. Okay? And I got great news, Kate. J-Mank read it word for word, too.
Oh,
so
good.
Let's hear that as well.
Love it.
Julie texted back, LOL, you, Sam, we're like bro and sis. No sex.
But we see the texts, and I mean, so this definitely confirms the dad's theory that nothing's wrong. Another thing is that the text also said, Sam is like, I'm having family troubles. So I need someone to talk about it. Can you please come over? This is again where the dad's going, there were no family troubles.
And the cops are like, he's lying.
Sure. Yeah, sure, dude. Sure. So this is like their last contact with Julie. And I found out from the Dateline, Julie was at an engagement party for her brother. She was going to be in his wedding. And she had left specifically. She said, my friend Sam needs me right now. I got to go check in on him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And also Julie's mom was interviewed by Dateline.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I just wonder, I mean, this A Plan to Kill was 8 years after the Dateline. They're probably sick of talking about it. But I wonder if they had shown those crime scene photos like they did, had they had the cooperation, her fam. I don't know. What do you think? Am I thinking too much about this?
I don't think you're thinking too much about it. I think that's, her family might have been against showing them at all.
Right. Okay. But yeah, she talks in the Dateline. It's very sad. So they're like, all right, we got to talk to some friends of Sam. They talked to Daniel Wozniak and Rachel Buffett. These are boyfriend and girlfriend. They had talked to Sam early in the day about 2:30. And he had seen Sam then. Daniel's telling the cops, yeah, Sam said something about family troubles. And he had to work on them. And again, this is going against what the dad is saying. He's like, but we didn't have family troubles. At this point, Matt Murphy is like, okay, but the dad and the family and friends, they're all sounding pretty persuasive about this.
Again, they were very, very insistent and pretty persuasive that also made no sense.
Daniel and Rachel say that the last time they saw Sam, he got into a what? What kind of car did he get into?
He got into a black Mazda, but they didn't say what kind of Mazda.
No, and it was just with a man in a baseball cap.
So Car Kate's like, a what now? But then we didn't get it.
No.
So then autopsy results are in. No sexual assault, 2 gunshots to the head. Now what's interesting here is no sexual assault, but the way her body is placed, her jeans were cut off. And she's in a position that would suggest a sexual assault. But they noticed something else. And this is where we learn the term blanching.
Yes.
Now, do you remember what blanching is?
So blanching is a pattern that forms on the skin that's like a pale, like a white blotchiness. And that happens after pressure has been put on those parts of the body. So this implies that these genes were cut off of her and she was placed in this position later. She was killed and then someone went back later to rearrange her like this.
Yeah, because like the imprint of the pockets on the jeans were kind of like pressed into her buttocks, as Matt Murphy says a bunch. Buttocks this, buttocks that.
Specifically her buttocks area.
So she was laying down on her back at one point.
Yes. Yeah, with pants on, and then hours later somebody came by and was like, nope, cut them off, turn her over. Now this blanching business, this has to be in the same ballpark as lividity and blood pooling. Like we've seen that before where blood will pool gravity-wise, and it'll look like dark purple. So I think this has to do with lividity being pressed in at the same time to create the blanching, I think. I don't know.
Sounds right.
Just my opinion as a amateur pathologist.
Very.
So they're talking like, okay, so this was, somebody came back to the crime scene and messed with it. So this is also confusing. They find ATM usage from Sam's card at Long Beach ATMs. This was a Saturday for $400. Then also a pizza was purchased from Echo's Pizza. This is the info that Sam's dad got. And then so that Sam tells the police and they get footage from the ATM to be like, all right, is it Sam taking this money out?
And it's not.
Who is it?
It's this teenager.
It's some young kid nobody recognizes. Like, who the hell is this guy? This is when Matt Murphy says that the cops think Sam must have had some kind of Confederate to help him take the money out of his account.
Sam must have some sort of Confederate here.
It was a funny way to say, like, accomplice, right?
And also, that's not what I'm thinking. The go-to isn't that he's having help taking money out. It's that someone took his card and is stealing money from his account.
Yeah, that's a good point. This could be another prompting where the producers are like, okay, but we're only in Act 2 right now, Matt.
Yeah. Slow it down. Do another misdirect.
Yeah. And Matt Murray's like counting money. He's like, I don't care. You're paying. Okay, so it is now 4 days after they found the body. They contact the pizza parlor, and I believe they get an address of where the pizza was delivered. And so they hit this house full-on style, right? They got a copter.
Oh, yeah.
They got squad cars.
It's a whole SWAT operation to go into this house.
They think Sam's in there, like, with a gun going like...
Hold up with, like, his accomplices.
Yeah, his Confederates, please.
And what they find when they kick that door down is that scared teenager who they saw on the ATM camera.
Yeah, he was underage. His name is Wesley. Now, I thought the show called him 15.
Yeah.
Dateline called him 17 and actually interviewed him.
Oh.
And now, Kate, this is when I need you to check that clip I just sent you, because when I watched this Dateline and they started talking to him, I was like, it all came back to me. I was like, oh, I've seen this Dateline, because this is one of my favorite pre-podcast Dateline moments where I was like, I wish I had somebody to talk to about Dateline.
All right, I'm pressing play.
He's interviewed. Okay, go ahead.
I'm obviously, literally, I'm sorry, I can't say this other G-rated, but my balls were inside of me. I was myself, and I was nervous as all hell.
Yeah?
His balls were inside of him. I have no memory of that.
Okay,
I don't think I've seen the Dateline.
Okay, well, hey, it's on there. It's so funny because first it starts with one of the other cops goes, so we told Wesley that this was in relation to a murder, and he immediately started crying. And I'm laughing because this guy's Mr. Tough Guy. He's like a classic Long Beach boy, like skater boy. Okay, he's wearing a hoodie with no signage, like a blank hoodie, and then like a skater cap on. And he's there literally on the steps with the brick wall, like he's in the Lester set, right? And he's talking. And as soon as they showed him looking chill, like he's on a stoop in some like neighborhood, I remembered he's going to say something here that's he's going to like preface it and swear in a weird way. And what he sure does.
Wow.
Now, I wish J-Mac had said, are you sure you weren't just crying because you were a little baby?
Yeah.
My God, I can't, when I was watching that today, Kate, it took me right back. It took me back. I was like, of course, it's this guy. It's this guy. So anyway, that was a lot of fun. We talked to Wesley, and he's a young kid, and he's like, yo, my friend, this guy who's in the theater, and like, I really respect him, and he's helped me out of hard times before. He said he's a bounty hunter. And he said that if someone's on the run, you're allowed to use their credit card, and it's your civic duty as a citizen of the United States, right? Like what?
I know, this was so confusing. And
this gives him such a song and dance.
Totally. That his friend is working with bounty hunters. They're trying to find this guy, Sam.
He got the card from someone who told him
That he worked for a bail bondsman agency and that he wanted me to withdraw money from an ATM for legal reasons that the gentleman skipped bail.
So confusing. But like, you get that a 15-year-old kid would be like, oh, okay, so I get money? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and also the green light to order pizza with it. I mean, that was no joke. His task was to go take this money out. He'd get a percentage of the money. And hey, feel free to order a pizza too.
Totally.
Which is a big mistake because he got it delivered. And we got that dude's address.
Yeah.
Right?
We did.
That's how they found his address. I assume it's because he had ordered delivery pizza. Because it's not like his billing address on the card was the home address of Wesley and Wesley's mom.
Right.
So, but who's that friend? It's a name we've heard before.
So they're like, okay, who is this friend who's telling you he's a bounty hunter?
Yeah.
He says Daniel Wozniak, who was Sam's next door neighbor.
Yeah, and it was Daniel and his girlfriend Rachel that we had talked to earlier. Okay, so now it's like, oh, we got to talk to this Wozniak character again. And I love in the show, it's like this. They didn't say dupes, but they were like, it was then when Wesley realized he had been had.
It wasn't when the SWAT team broke down the door. It was when they explained to him that he's an idiot because bounty hunters wouldn't have him take money out.
Yeah, and what's funny on the Dateline, he's explaining how, he's like, there were like helicopters outside. And I was like, dudes, there's a dude in a helicopter out there, and I think he's looking at me. And so he went inside to call his friends and say, friends, dude, there's a helicopter. It looks like they're looking at me. And they told him, well, don't go back outside. Good advice.
Oh my God. And I feel like you know firsthand these dudes because of your time living in the Gundo.
In the Gundo, absolutely. Yes. I mean, I would see him all the time when I'd be going to Hermosa in Manhattan for some breakfast or on the beach for some sun. And I'd see him all over the place, that's for sure. And so they're like, all right, we got to talk to this Wozniak guy. And this was wild. They plug him into his system. They dig into Daniel. He had a DUI a year prior that he did not come to the court date. And so there was a bench warrant out for his arrest. Now, what's your opinion that they didn't plug his name in when they talked to him the first time?
It's strange, but I guess when they're looking at witnesses or connections to something, just, people in a building, they're not thinking everybody here is part of it. They're literally just trying to get surface information at that point.
Yeah, it might.
Or they're incompetent and stupid.
Yeah, could be that. I mean, honestly, I think it could speak to them that they were still in the mentality that Sam was the suspect, I think. But they call up Daniel, and he's like, ooh, you know what? I'd love to talk to you guys, but I'm a little busy tonight. I'm going to be out of pocket. I got my bachelor party. Okay. And she, remember what he tells him? He says, I would love to, but I got my bachelor party at Tsunami Sushi. Sorry, boys.
And they're like, what time is it? What time does it start?
What time, Daniel?
And they go there, and they grab his ass, leaving the rest of his party like, okay.
I was dying to talk to another member of that bachelor party, because they dine on that story for years of like, oh my God, I was at a bachelor party, and then the guy who's getting married got arrested for murder in front of our eyes. Like, we thought it was like a strippergram or something when they came in the restaurant. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
That's really funny.
This is the great part with Matt Murphy where I like that he's a little loosey-goosey, because he was like...
And his response was, yeah, I can't come down. I got my bachelor party tonight at a place called Tsunami Sushi in Huntington Beach. So you can imagine how that goes over with a bunch of homicide detectives, not very well. So they go and they crash his bachelor party, as they should.
He just presented us like, oh, sir, you got a party tonight? Yeah, okay, that's cool.
Yep.
What an idiot.
What
an idiot.
They drag his ass downtown, and they interview him for a long time.
Yeah, and we see him in the interrogation footage. What are you thinking of his look? He's got like a half beard, half goat. He definitely looked chill, didn't he? Leaning back, He's got his legs kicked out. He's got a Hawaiian shirt on and khaki pants. I mean, this guy looks like a real catch.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're kidding. He's an idiot.
Yes. And he's like, guys, I'm so sorry for lying to you earlier. Anything you want to know, just ask me. He's got his hands crossed, and he's like,
I'm an open book.
Yeah, whatever you guys want to know. He says, okay, last time I saw Sam was actually Saturday morning. He and I had driven to the military base to have a man-to-man bro down, and that's where he admitted that he had killed Julie because she didn't want to have sex with him. And the cops are going, okay, sure, keep talking. And then he says, and Sam said that he had he said he shot her with his black market gun. He got a gun from the black market, he said. This is a red flag to me if I'm the cops, among many other things. But saying a black market gun is very funny, because it's kind of like he's trying to say it's untraceable. Sorry, you're not going to be able to trace this gun, so don't even try.
You won't be able to find it. It's out there somewhere, but you will never find it.
Yeah, and he says that Sam is like, listen, I've got $16,000 in the bank. You've got to help me. And this is when we learn from Daniel that, hey, he's under the gun too. What's Daniel's stressor at this point? Why does he say yes to helping this murderer?
Well, he's broke. He's desperate for money.
And he needs $2,000 for his wedding next week. And so this is why he agrees to it. So that's why he calls up his theater buddy Wesley, underage Wesley, to do the ATM runs for him. Now, and then Waz, as I call him, Waz.
Okay, but...
What's that? Is there already a Waz out there?
Let's not put him in the same category with the Waz.
The Waz. You're right. It's not fair. It's not fair.
Because for all accounts, Waz is a good dude.
He is. He is a good dude. We're talking, of course, also with Steve Wozniak, right?
Steve Wozniak.
One half of the Apple duo, the nice one, out of the Steves. The nice Steve, as I like to call him. So, but Danny also says Sam had a lot of troubles with his family, and he wanted to talk about that. He didn't know the deets, though, because he was too busy with his own money problems. Okay, so Daniel's like, listen, I'm trying to pay attention to my friend admitting murder, but I'm just going, I need $2,000 for my wedding next week.
I wish I had a job or friends who care about me.
Yeah, anything. Oh, well, I guess I'll do this for my friend Sam here. This will get me, I don't know, $800. Like, even this plan doesn't. They say, where's the money? And he goes, well, it's mostly been spent. It's not like he got $16K out of it. He got $800, right? It was 2 ATM runs.
Yeah, and some of that went to pizza.
Right. And now, and so now Matt Murphy fills us in. The detectives pull a ruse, which he says is super legal. Okay, it's super legal.
Yes, he wanted to be clear that this was not trickery. This was a tactic that they use legally all the time.
And now we know this. We've discussed it many times before. In America, you are allowed to lie to prisoners, and sometimes it's questionable. This is more than a lie, though. What is the ruse, Kate? What's this ruse that they do?
Well, they tell Dan that they need to get a cheek swab. They need to run his DNA. And he agrees, but they know that he's a sucker. So
an idiot.
They're thinking his only experience with this is going to be CSI. He's going to think that we can take a cheek swab and run it through the computer and 10 minutes later have a result, when really it takes months.
Yeah, or even like the fastest you can get it is weeks. But they take this swab, leave the room for like, I don't know, half an hour, and come back and go, Danny, bad news. Your DNA was found on the dead body. We just tested it. And now Danny, he thinks he's a pretty smart cookie. Does he fall for this hook, line, and sinker? Or does he say, like, that's ridiculous? You can't do it that fast. But what's his reaction?
Doesn't he say, if my DNA is on her body, I don't know how it got there?
Well, no, this is when he has a hilarious breakdown where he goes, fine, is this what you want to hear? I went up to the room and I helped Sam get rid of the body. Is this what you want to hear?
Okay, fine. You know what? He didn't come down. He came down and said, help me. I went upstairs and yes, I saw the goddamn body. Is that what you want to hear?
He has a little snap, but he buys it. I mean, we can't blaze by this. He genuinely believes the police that they just tested his DNA outside the room. Would you fall for that in 2010, Kateline? I know I wouldn't.
In 2010? I wouldn't have fallen for it in 2002.
Yeah. I mean, what an idiot.
Yeah.
These are the moments I love. I think when I texted you about this, I was like, it's not a banger rap, but it's fun. And then I kept watching, and it was when this ruse happened, and I go, oh, wait, there's good stuff in here. Because this is a classic all-time dummy slip-up by old Danny.
And his voice was so annoying, too. Being like, is that what you want? Is that what you want to hear?
Yes. Yeah. Fine.
Yes, I saw the goddamn body. Is that what you want to hear?
And so this is all falling apart. And then this is great, too, because the cops aren't done making this guy look like an idiot. Because they go, okay, Daniel, when you went up to see the body, what's the first thing you saw? And do you remember what he tells them?
2 gunshot wounds to the head.
And the cops, they have a blast with this. They milk this. They ask each other, what'd you see? Oh, I didn't see any gunshots. I might have saw one, but I didn't see any gunshots.
How many bullet wounds did you see?
I didn't see any.
How many did you see?
I didn't see any.
I saw maybe what I thought might be 1.
Well, it's hard because of her dark hair. You can't actually see them.
And now...
So how did you see them,
Yeah,
Dan?
how would you know that unless you were the one that put them there?
And he's like, oh no, Sam, I guess he just told me he shot her twice and I just saw her dead. And they're like, okay.
Yeah. And they bust him on this. They're like, dude, you're falling apart. You can't keep up with your lies. So this is why earlier when Matt Murphy was talking about how you couldn't see because of the mess of hair.
Apparently shot in the head, but because of her long black hair, there was no way of knowing the nature of the wounds. If it was 1 shot or 2 that penetrated.
I was like, yeah, I know. She had dark hair. Like, this is
Who cares?
Not unusual
a lot of people
for a
have
murder
dark
victim.
hair.
I've seen a lot of murders where the person has dark hair and was shot in the head.
Yeah.
And now you get it. This is why they're talking about
Now you get it.
So now they've got him again and they lock him up. And this is where the lulls keep on rolling because now he's locked up and he gets his one phone call. And as we know, because they play it for us before the clip, what do we know, Kate, about these friggin' prison phone calls?
They are all recorded. And he knows it too, because at the beginning of the phone call, it literally says, this call is being recorded.
This call is being recorded and maybe...
Hello?
Like, it's all in there. And
It's all in there.
calls his fiance.
He calls Rachel up.
And he's running his mouth.
Yeah.
And she's like, dude, you're screwed.
This was so awesome because he's like, hey, babe. And she's like, hey, babe, how are you? And he's like, not great, not great. And then this is when Rachel's like, hey, so I talked to my mom and I talked to Tim, your brother, and he said he let something slip about evidence. So I got to go tell the detective. Sorry about it. And he's going, wait, what? No, you can't do that. You can't. If you do that, I'm dead.
Don't get Tim involved. And she's like, she's like, what do you want me to do? And he's like, leave me. Leave me.
Hey, what's going on? What do you want me to do?
I don't know. Leave me.
It's like, yeah, I think she's going to do that, man.
Leave me. Oh, this poor guy.
I don't want you to tell the detective anything, and I don't want him involved like that. I mean, now I'm dead. Now I'm really dead.
Baby, you're already dead.
At this point in this episode, I'm going, what a slam dunk response from this girlfriend. What a slam dunk.
At this point, yes.
Yes. Now, keep that in mind for later. Babe, you're already dead. Oh, dude, I'd have gone back to my cell, got the sheets tied up, pulled the plug. I'd have checked out right then and there. Okay, Danny hangs up, and he's like, okay, cops, I got more to say. I wasn't being honest before then, but I'm going to be honest with you now. And do you remember what his position is when he comes in to admit to it? He thinks he's one step ahead still because he's playing his defense, quote unquote, right? He goes, I'm guilty and I'm crazy.
Yes.
What's going on?
I'm crazy and I did it.
They're like, what's your motive? And he says, money and insanity. And then he laughs.
The motive behind killing Sam was
Money and insanity.
okay.
And it seems so easy.
This laugh he unleashes, it's not creepy at all. It's annoying, I think, because
It's annoying because I think he's pretending that he's crazy.
Of course.
So he's doing this like Joker laugh
Yeah.
to be like, look how unstable I am. And they are not buying it.
No. And I've got an excellent detail from the Dateline. They played more of that. And one of the cops goes, you're not that good of an actor, dude.
What else do you want me to say? I don't know. Tell us. I don't know. Tell us the truth. You're not that good of an actor.
And at this point, I'm thinking, what's going on with community theater actors? Because this is like the third murderer now.
It is. I was thinking about this. I've got to do a playlist on the YouTube for community theater killers because this is our third one. And every time, I mean, I feel like we should look out for these specifically because they always bring the lulls. Think about our other two.
They show clips of him acting, and it's hella bad.
They're always hilarious about it.
She auditioned for this movie while she was out on bail. So this is flooring information.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, so good.
And for them to be like, you suck? Not only do you suck at murder, but you also suck at acting.
Yeah.
It's such a good burn.
Yeah.
You're not that good of an actor.
Such a great burn because you know it hurts him. Because here's what I love is that, especially when he first walks in there, you see his body posture and stuff. He thinks this is the role of a lifetime and I'm going to crush it. Like in his head, he's going, I'm just going to be the guy who's got a bachelor party. At this point in the interview, he's like, okay, fine, I'll tell you details, but he wants a deal. This is what I got this from the Dateline. He wants to bargain. And he goes, listen, I'll tell you anything you want as long as I can make my wedding on Friday. Danny boy.
Dude, you are in shackles. You are in shackles, my guy. You're not going to that wedding, and your fiance doesn't want to marry you.
Yeah, because we also hear that her mom was mid-canceling plans. We hear that on the call.
Oh, yeah. She said they got the deposit back on something, and they've canceled the whole shebang.
Dude, if I was the cops, I'd have gone, sure, we can do that, but you're going to be the only one there because your fiance done dropped you. And also, where's that $2K? You didn't come up with that money, so you're still short. So I don't think the venue wants you there either, dude. He goes, and then so he just tells us what happened.
And
would you like to?
It's also unclear if he even has a lawyer yet.
No, he hasn't lawyered up. Another good point. He never does.
Because what is he doing?
No idea.
He's just talking.
Yeah, and especially after
being actually arrested for it and having that call and then deciding he wants a deal without representation.
Yeah. You're right. And I think this speaks to, there's a talking head on here, like an expert that didn't have anything to do with the case, but she's talking about how 1 in 100 people are psychopaths. And it doesn't mean that they're criminals. Mm-hmm. It's just that they have zero remorse about stuff. And that's how some people succeed at things.
Yeah.
And now that's what Daniel had up until this point where he killed people. But he is a psychopath. And I think this is the ego where he doesn't think he needs a lawyer. He's like, I still got this.
I've seen lawyers on TV. I can handle it.
Yeah. I mean, what an absolute idiot. So we find out that his brother was tasked with ditching the evidence. This was crazy. Do you remember what the brother's role was? He had a bag of evidence. Do you remember what he did with it?
He put it in several different places, didn't he? Around a park?
Well, no. That's what he did with the body parts. I'm talking just the bag of evidence. He said, bro, I need you to ditch this for me. And so what his brother did was took it to their parents' house and chucked it over the fence.
Threw it over the fence into the backyard.
But we see a picture of this bag. Did he just throw it? It's not like they lived in the woods and they threw it in the woods. We see a picture. It's like a house that's 5 feet from the neighbor's house, and we see the bag on the walkway of their backyard. So did he just toss it over into the neighbors? And it was laying right there.
These brothers are not smart. Unless this brother wanted Dan to get caught and was like, yeah, I'll get rid of it, and just tossed it somewhere totally visible.
You know what? I'd have no problem giving him that benefit of the doubt because he does testify against his brother at the trial. Mm-hmm. So maybe he did. So once Danny does not get his deal and there's zero bargains, he just says, okay, here's what I did. But also remember, I'm crazy. Mm-hmm. What is his plan here? Why'd he do it? And do you remember the steps he took for this murder? Because it's friggin' brutal. It's brutal what he does.
It's brutal. So he had been planning this for a long time.
Yeah, months.
He had heard months earlier, that he had all of this military
combat pay.
And it was just sitting there for the taking.
And it was like 62,000. It was the number.
And instead of, as we said, getting a job or doing anything to make money, he decides that he's going to get this combat pay from Dan. Yeah. And the best way to do that is to murder him.
Yeah, and his plan is he somehow got his PIN code. And I love Matt Murphy's like, this guy's a weasel. So he probably watched him like from over his shoulder at an ATM once.
Wozniak is a weaselly dude who Sam trusted.
But he gets his PIN number, and so that's why he kills Sam. He convinced him, he goes, hey, can you come out to this is interesting. The theater, the Liberty Theater, was on a military base. Wasn't that odd?
It was odd. I was very confused by that. And how can Dan get access to the military base, even if he's with Sam?
Yeah, it must be that he had performed there because, he takes Sam to the attic of the theater. It's like, this is a place Daniel's been before.
He knows.
But I'm with you. Yeah. Like, was this an open theater for everybody? Like, could you just audition and this is where the theater was? Or was it just military people in the cast or something? This was interesting, right?
It's confusing if it's just open for anybody. I don't know.
He says, hey, Sam, can you come help me pick something up at the theater? And they go up to the attic and he says, oh, it's right here. Can you bend down and help me pick this up? That's when he shoots him twice in the head. And then what does he do with the body? Decapitates him, cuts off his hands, leaves the torso in the attic, and then goes around to an arboretum or something like that,
some kind of park, reservoir thing, and leaves each body part in a different place around this park.
And cops go out and find him. They find all the items. But yeah, so this is friggin' brutal. And he's not half done yet because now he's got his PIN number. I guess maybe he thinks he's in. But again, Kate, I don't know about you. I've known this, well, at least since I went to Vegas for the first time. But there are daily limits on what you can take out at an ATM.
There are.
These are well-known things you learn when you first get a ATM card, I think.
So he'd never had one?
I guess. We hear that he's bankrupt. He's like getting evicted, right? He's broke as a joke. But did he think he could take out 62 grand with a PIN number?
I don't know. And also, how does he know that 62 grand is in the checking account associated with this ATM card? It could have been
Another great
in
question.
a different account that is probably invested with military benefits. I don't know, but that's a big sum. You don't have that in your checking account necessarily.
No, and I think for all of time the limit has been a couple $100 on an ATM. I don't like it's never been anywhere near 1,000.
No.
I don't think. Like I don't. So, but his theory is, okay, to really make this work, we've got to kill someone else to make it look like Sam did that murder and he's on the run. So that's why all of this Julie stuff happens. They have Sam's keys. They go back to his place. They text Julie from Sam's phone, hey, listen, no sex, but can you come over real quick?
Which he would never have texted because he knows they're not going to have sex. They're friends.
Yeah.
And that's why she's like, ew, what? Of course not. Because it wasn't Sam.
Yeah, but so then she comes over and they meet her at the door. And Daniel pretends, oh, did you get a text from Sam? I heard he was having trouble. Here, let's go in. And then he did the old, hey, look at that thing over there.
Bang, bang.
He goes, oh, Sam wanted you to see this thing on his bed. Bend over and look at it. And then boom, shoots her. And then I guess at some point came back hours later. Now, the footage we see of them performing together, Rachel and Daniel, that was the night after, like that was an hour after that he had murdered 2 people.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't at the theater where the torso was above them. But that was literally Friday night. Like they did the murder earlier. So
wow.
Isn't that sad?
Well, when I learned about all of Dan's money problems and that he was about to be evicted, this is when I started questioning the fiance too. Because I was like, why are you marrying this man right now when you guys are being evicted? You have no money.
Yeah, and
what is her position in all of this?
And the cops, they're thinking the same thing because Rachel supported the idea. She co-signed the idea that the last thing they saw Sam do was get in a Mazda with a dude in a baseball hat.
So they know that she lied as well.
They know at least she lied about that. So this is where I go, oh, wait, Rachel, I guess that wasn't really a slam dunk when you said, babe, you're dead.
Sounds like you're an accomplice.
That kind of bummed me out. To be honest.
Yeah.
She is interviewed by J-Mink herself.
Really?
Yeah. And she is another Orange County teen type where she was listening to her talk about Daniel was so funny because it's like the best way to describe him is jovial. And like he didn't have awesome pitch.
I think the best way to describe him is jovial. And although he didn't have awesome pitch or anything, he had a booming voice. So that right there is enough to get you cast in a lot of things when you're a guy.
And I just feel like, damn, girl. Like those are some roasty type things to say. I mean, look, it all sounds right. I mean, the jovial thing is what a burn. Unless you're Santa Claus, nobody wants to be called jovial.
No. She basically called him fat.
Called him fat and that he was a little pitchy dog. Right? He's a little pitchy. So now he's arrested, and they get in that bag of evidence is Dan's laptop. And we get what is always a guaranteed LOL from your boy Kurt Money, and that is searches.
Uh-huh. And
Tell us about the search history, Kate.
These searches were so literal. Like how to kill somebody, to shoot somebody in the head.
Yeah.
All of the basic stuff that like a kid would be Googling about murder.
How loud is a gunshot? What caliber of bullet should I use? And then the best part is it would be immediately followed with, what are the best honeymoons in Mexico?
He was multitasking.
He thought he was like, listen, I've already got the money. It's pretty much spent. He was dead set. He was like guaranteed I'm going to have this money, so I better figure out the honeymoon plans. And this was another laugh for Matt Murphy because he goes, he says he would go from Googling, how do I accomplish this killing to bitchin' honeymoon ideas.
Yeah, that's right.
So it'd literally be from like, how do I accomplish this killing to bitchin' honeymoon ideas. So it's sick.
Bitchin' honeymoon ideas. Matt Murphy, you dog. That's good stuff. And we see pics. I don't know if he had already reserved honeymoons. Now they called lavish honeymoon. Now I want Kateline the snob to hop in here because I don't know if you saw. Where was the honeymoon located?
Oh, I didn't clock the name of it, but I saw the photos and it did not look lavish.
Well, I mean, it was a Sandals. So.
Oh, of course.
So I know I see that. I go, oh, Kate's got her nose up at this.
Oh yeah, no. Vacationing Kate is laughing because that's like the go-to trashy vacation spot.
For
singles.
So it was a punchline then. Mm-hmm. So to think that this is where he landed as being his best honeymoon spot.
But
pretty good.
I've never been to a sandals resort, obviously. I wonder if there are parts of it that are pretty great, because it is all-inclusive and there are no children. And I like an all-inclusive, and I don't like children.
Fair. Yeah. I mean, look, I've never been to a sandals. I was at an all-inclusive resort in the Dominican Republic with my ex, and it was glorious. I'm sure I would also have a blast at sandals. I'm sitting here acting like I'm like above it.
I know you would.
Yeah. Thanks, Kate.
You're from Indiana.
Yeah, I'd be right at home at a sandals resort. I wouldn't flinch at it. I'd be like, this is living. Okay. I'd take pictures of me drunk at the bar in the pool, the bartender that was my best friend. Right?
Oh, yeah. No, I see it all. I would be a couple miles down the beach at the Four Seasons.
Good, honey.
So he goes to trial. Now, even though we have a full confession, we've got the Google searches. He says, oh, nope, not guilty. And so they have to do 2 trials. They framed it as 2 trials because in California, first, it's whether or not he did the crime and then the sentencing, right?
Right.
So how does it go, first and foremost? How's his trial go?
Well, he's found guilty.
Within 2 hours. I mean, it's like that.
They don't have to go and think about it too hard.
No.
They just took lunch order, got food, ate, and then turned in their verdict.
Yeah, which was guilty straight up. And then it's time for sentencing, and guess what everybody wants? And guess what everybody gets in 2012 or whenever the trial was? Death penalty. He gets the death penalty.
And it's deserved in this case because this is such a senseless, stupid murder.
This is when, like at the beginning, when I was like, here are your alternative options. Your suggestion was get a job. Mm-hmm. Excellent. Even if he's not on the up and up, hey, dude, what you end up doing is the worst thing you could do possibly. So why don't you go rob a bank with this black market gun of yours? Rob a fucking bank, dude. Right?
Totally.
If he is dead set on getting money for this wedding, why has it got to be a murder where he needs access to someone else's bank account? Like, dude, you've got a gun. Rob a fucking bank.
That's a great point. And in Southern California, the bank robbing capital of the world.
Yes. And if Point Break has taught us anything, it's very doable. Okay?
Well, it was.
It was. You're right. But yeah, I mean, what an idiot. I can't, this guy scares me in the psychopath way where it's like, it's so shocking to me that he was this well-respected theater director, and then he was like, I've got a great idea. It's a double murder, and with this PIN number, we'll get to go to Mexico for our wedding. Like, dude, what?
And then what happens after that?
Oh.
What happens after the honeymoon? And the money's spent. What do you do then? More murder?
Yeah. So stupid. And so he gets, this was cool. At the victim statement, great line by the dad. Do you remember what he says?
No.
My only regret is the state won't let me kill this coward myself.
Ooh.
My only regret that in this state won't let me kill this coward myself.
Now, in Judge Money's courtroom, I would weigh this as an option. Okay. You know, I have some out there.
You do.
Judge laws. I got some ones that are real out there. They involve getting to spit in their face as part of the victim statement. It would be an option to let the parents pull the trigger on the death penalty. In Judge Money's courtroom, that would be allowed. What do you think?
I think that is in line with the rest of your ideas, yes.
Thank you.
But also, the brother and the fiance were involved as well.
Yeah, so they get tried, and the brother gets 10 days.
Not bad.
But he was also very helpful. Like, this dude was on the up and up. As he was like, yep, you got me. I did it. I'll testify against him, whatever you want. Rachel, do you remember what her sentence was? A little heavier.
No, what was it?
32 months.
Oh, well, she knew about it.
Yeah, and it's funny, in the Dateline, J-Mink presses her because they make the point of saying that Daniel's phone was a smartphone. This is 2010, okay, so we're still in between flip phones and smartphones. Daniel's was a smartphone, but Sam's was a flip phone. And so J-Mink's like, you couldn't tell that your fiance was using an old phone? You weren't like, why are you texting on a flip phone? You have a smartphone? And she's like, I didn't notice.
No.
J-Mink's not buying it. He's not buying it.
And he shouldn't.
No, I mean,
Now, if the genders had been reversed, I would buy that the husband doesn't recognize when a wife is using a different phone.
Of course, yes. Absolutely. As exemplified in the link that we shared today, the SNL sketch about the wives are missing.
Mm-hmm. And they're just on a work trip.
Great time to slide it in. Yeah. I told him it was on the calendar for months. But Squirmster's line is, I was taking a dump, if you must know. She was just in the toilet for a while. Gold. Anyway, Juvenile was never tried because he was a victim. I mean,
Poor
our
kid.
dude Wesley, I think he's just a dum-dum.
He just wanted a pizza.
Yeah, and his balls went inside him, and he himself. Sorry, can I say that on Dateline? So this guy's still in jail. I mean, Rachel, this trial was 10 years ago. She's out and living it up. I wonder what she's up to.
I wonder.
To be honest. But that brings us on to our lists. What do you got?
Kate's unnamed list. We've got a military connection because
big one.
Sam did a tour in Afghanistan.
Yeah, and I think it's a prominent one for your list items with military because it was part of a misdirect, I think, where the military background from him, he has PTSD, like all this. We see this a lot of times on the killer side, right?
Yeah.
But this was like a nice little twist where he's like, no, he was a good dude.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Well, we had mention of that black Mazda, but it wasn't actually real. And we never saw a picture of what they would have imagined it to be. So
yeah, doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
I wish I was keeping tally of Carcade cars that don't exist.
Yes.
There's been a few.
A few.
Where it's been like, oh, it was this, I swear. All right, now, Kate, what else? What fucking else?
There was a missing piece of the puzzle.
Do you honestly remember that?
I do. Yeah, Matt Murphy said.
Okay, good. Okay, I was waiting, Kate.
Yep. No, I heard it.
It became pretty clear that some of the puzzle pieces on this case did not fit.
And I said, Matt Murphy, right on. Let's see if Kate catches it. She did?
I did.
She absolutely did. You got anything else?
That's it.
On to Kurt's Kick-Ass List.
Kick-Ass List.
One thing, a lot of people watch CSI and think the DNA results come back real quick.
You know, a lot of people have watched CSI and they think the DNA comes back in like 5 minutes.
That's on Kurt's Kick-Ass List. I mean, that's a classic one.
Classic.
That was a founding member of Kurt's Kick-Ass List. That and Signs of a Struggle.
Signs of a Struggle.
I think were some of the first ones I brought up. And this is brought up in exactly the way I mean it, where it's like people watch TV, they think they're so smart. And in this case, Daniel was that stupid.
He was.
So that's pretty funny. Let me just go over. That's it for my list. This was a line from J-Mank to the dad after the dad said, oh, my son was accused of murder. J-Mank goes, doesn't buy you a lot of rhythm from law enforcement.
That's a good impression.
Thank you. I practiced before we hit record. I said,
okay.
That doesn't buy you a lot of rhythm from law enforcement.
That doesn't buy you a lot of rhythm. That's a good J-Mank line.
It is.
I feel.
It's smooth.
Yeah, it's smooth.
I need to watch the Dateline now.
I'll send you the deets. And the episode was called Plot Twist, which again, this is in heyday of Dateline where they're not putting deadly in there.
Yeah. Now it would be Deadly Twist.
Yes, absolutely it would be, Kate. It would be Deadly Twist in a heartbeat. But it's season 24, episode 16. You want to peep it. It is on the cock. And it's definitely from a different angle, and there's all the other people on it. But anyway, A Plan to Kill. I think I might have one more on the to-dos. We might be back to this well. But anyway, that's all I got, Kate. You got anything else to add?
I don't think so.
All right. Oh, also, real quick, when the dad was notified that they found Sam's body, he said, at least he wasn't dismembered. And the cops were like, And then the dad goes, and the next day I got a call. They said, look, dude, just before you hear anywhere else, he was dismembered.
How did he even think that was on his mind, that maybe he was dismembered? Yeah. I don't immediately go to that.
No, I see it. I mean, this is super sad, but I feel like as a parent, he's like, okay, well, he was already like defiled as a human and treated like trash, but at least he's all in one piece and we could have a burial. And it's like, no, sorry, man. It's worse. So that sucked.
Yeah.
And on that note, I'm Kurt Money.
I'm Kateline.
You're not that good of an actor.